Hi guys, Paul here at Radioshop Pickups in South Wales, and you join us this afternoon from the Radioshop garden. So I just finished a day's work making pickups, and I thought I'd come in here and film Radioshop Revue number 7. And there's lots coming up in this show today. We've got a tour of Richard Meyrick Guitars up in Abergavenny. We've got players setup tips from a couple of different people. We've got some footage from Ben Marshall, some pickup news, and we've got, to play out the show today, some awesome footage from Suzy Syrett, a guitarist based in Glasgow. Now, start off with the show with actually a little bit of a reference to another show, which is That Pedal Show, who recently did a long interview with Chris Buck. Brilliant video, check it out. We're mentioned in there, so obviously we're totally chuffed with that. And if you want to skip to 30 minutes, I think it is, and 30 seconds, you'll see them put in the ID Chris Buck pickups up against, I think it was the PRS Strat, and also looking at the John Mayer Strat. So that was a really good video, and obviously a brilliant advert for Chris Buck, who we all know is an amazing guitarist. Pickup news this month, the big thing really, and you'll see some footage on the screen now, is the solderless solution from us, whereby you can install one of our loaded pickguards and you haven't got to do any soldering. And check out a video I've recently done on our channel, which was for the solderless solution, and just showing you step by step exactly what you've got to do to install it. And really, for somebody who wants to change their pickups and update the sound, upgrade the sound, and isn't au fait with soldering, this is a perfect solution for you. You've only got 3 little sort of screw points to do. So it's a wonderful kind of answer for that age-old problem. Other pickup news that we had this month was the WSR2, so that's the workshop special run. The first month we did the ID Woodstocks, and this month our second special run has been the ID PJB custom telly set. So we've still got a couple of those knocking about, and you've got Alnico 2 in the bridge, Alnico 3 in the neck, and also obviously the ID. So it's very much a kind of Chris Buck, ID Chris Buck, but rolled out into the telly, but with a 50s style tone. So if you want one of those, just give us a shout about that. And also, I want to do a little bit of an appeal to see what you guys want for future workshop special runs. You can see a picture on the screen there now. We've got just a small amount of stock of humbucker shaped P90s. And that just gives you an idea. We're trying out a few different things here. So things that you want to see, we don't know what we want exactly. So just drop us an email or give us a message or put something in the comments below telling us what type of thing you would like to see us make. Now the big news really for this, I always say that, the big news, but obviously there's lots of news, and the big thing that we did this week was yesterday, myself and Paul Dunn, we went up to Abergavenny to visit, for the first time for me, Richard Meyrick Guitars. Now Richard is a luthier based in Abergavenny who makes absolutely stunning acoustic handmade guitars, and we went and caught up with him, and I was absolutely knocked out by his setup and also the quality of the guitars, and some of the things that he told us about guitar making are just things that I just didn't know about. So hopefully what I'm going to do is, because I got so much footage from that, I'm actually going to put it into several Radioshop reviews. So I think I'm going to do a 4-parter, and this is the first part today. So the first part is just us arriving at the workshop and Richard taking us into a room, which obviously, I mean, I could barely get out of, basically. Check it out. Hi guys, Paul here at Radioshop, and we're on tour today. We've come up to Abergavenny to Richard Meyrick Guitars. We're here with the man himself, and he's going to give me a bit of a factory tour. So, I'm like a kid in the sweet shop. Let's have a look. So what have we got?
Well, this is my workshop. I have a few machines. So I've got a planer over here. A table saw here, a thicker sander and a bandsaw. They're all for sort of rough shaping and cutting out of the woods. I do a lot of my work with hand tools, so I've got chisels at the back and planes and saws and things. I keep all of my wood in this back room in here.
Yeah, Paul's told me about this room, because this is the room I'm excited to see.
So I keep this room in a constant temperature and constant humidity.
Yeah.
So the wood doesn't dry out too quickly or too slowly, and it keeps nice and stable. This is where I keep the wood, the guitars that I'm working on, and bits of work that I've only just started. There's a couple of soundboards there. And I also keep guitars that I am repairing.
Yeah. So what have you got in at the moment?
There's a D28 here. I've got a double neck harp guitar from the 20s, made by Stella, which has had a lot of work done to it.
Yeah.
It was in a state when I got it.
So you got two D28s in for neck reset, did you say?
Yeah, two D28s for neck reset. So there's one neck there, one neck there. Over time, necks just start to pitch forwards a little bit, so the action gets higher and higher and higher, and you end up with no saddle height and
because this is the
guitar.
thing I'm learning about, like sort of acoustics and really high quality ones, is that you play them, you have them for years, but you're going to get issues with them.
Yeah.
Is that just a natural thing that's going to happen?
It is, yeah. So both these D28s are 20 or 30 years old.
Yeah.
And that's about when you start getting troubles with them. But you can have ones 50 years old and you've got no troubles with them.
It's just because it's wood and it's not,
It's wood and it's under a lot of strain, so the strings are pulling everything together, and it's just pulling. The neck is just getting pitched up. And
it's like a medieval room, and I keep getting distracted by these. This is what, I'm just immediately. What's going on here? Sorry to interrupt you, but
that's all right. These guitars are ones that I'm working on. These two have had a finish, and I've started to polish them. So this is an Oxwich parlour guitar, and this back is oak, and then the top is European spruce.
Yeah.
I haven't finished sanding the sides yet, but
so you finished the back there.
Yeah. So it's had 18 coats of lacquer, and then I've sanded it and buffed it.
Yeah. And you've got these are the I always go straight for the rosewood. I gotta be honest, I love marble and other tones, but wow.
Yeah, this is a Rossili, which is more or less an OM size.
Yeah.
Indian rosewood back and sides with Koa binding, and then this soundboard is Adirondack spruce.
Right.
And then this one.
I'm still looking at that one.
Then this one I'm about halfway through the grain filling, so looks
it looks a bit more advanced stage, doesn't it? Than that one,
yeah. So this is Indian rosewood as well with maple binding, and then old growth redwood soundboard.
Yeah, I can see one of the things I wanted to ask was I can see you've got sort of spruce tops there, and to what extent can you sort of choose better woods than say the big manufacturers like Martins and Taylors, and they're obviously consuming lots and lots of wood.
Yeah.
Can you offer a better top?
The quality of the top probably isn't any better, but because I'm making a guitar one at a time, and I'm spending a lot of time looking at the top and feeling the top and listening to it as well, you get a really good idea of what the soundboard is going to end up like. And this is one that I've had for years, and it's a reject. It's about the right thickness, and it looks nice. The grain lines are really close together. It's a nice looking top, but it's so floppy that it would never make a good guitar.
So would this, obviously can I just borrow it and take it home? No, I don't, but I'd probably be happy with it, but but why would you reject it? Because it's just not good enough really for your styles. But would someone else let that through, like a bigger sort of mass producer?
Probably. They have much sort of broader tolerances, and their bracing is a lot heavier.
Right.
So they can get away with having a more floppy top because their bracing is going to make it a stiff guitar anyway. But the way that I build guitars is I make them quite light and quite delicate.
Yeah.
So a top like this, which is so soft across its width and along its length as well, just wouldn't last, and it wouldn't make a good sounding guitar.
Yeah. So you've got obviously you're a smaller maker, but you're an expert maker. Coming with you're going a bit further than other people, and you're also rejecting certain things and
Yeah.
it's not up to what you want.
Yeah, the amount of man hours that I put onto each guitar is a lot more than a bigger company would.
Yeah.
And it's those man hours that sort of gets you, without sounding a bit tree huggery, it gets you more in touch with the guitar that you're making, the wood that you're using. So you get a really good connection and you know what's going to work and what's not going to work.
And those are some classicals then, yeah?
They are, yes. That's those two classicals are made by a student.
Yeah.
So I usually have a few students in making guitars a couple of days a week.
I'm just taken with this OM because OM for me is the guitar I really want. What can you just tell me what type of binding is that? Herringbone?
Yes. Yeah. So that's called crow's foot herringbone. So it's just a little bit more delicate, I think. Than
What is that made of? Like, because it's not made of crow's feet, is it?
No, it's
but obviously it's
just veneers glued up together in a pattern, and then they slice it very thinly on a bandsaw, and then that's what it comes out as.
I mean, if I was, because I come in, I'm just thinking I want to get one now. But like, I could choose this. I could choose a different rosette.
Yeah.
I could choose the binding.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is dangerous.
Binding, purfling, back and sides. It all depends on the sort of guitar you want to end up with.
Awesome.
And how you want it to play.
And sound, obviously, and brilliant. Let's keep going. So that was the first little bit, our first sort of taste of arriving at the workshop and just seeing where Richard has his main sort of tool and working areas, and also then going into that wood store. So I was like a kid in the sweet shop basically. And then Richard, there's lots of footage coming up as Richard goes through certain aspects of the guitar making process. And also I ask some, possibly what might be quite stupid questions, which, just occurred to me as we were going through, and I was asking lots and lots of questions, and some of the answers that Richard came up with, that give me an idea to sort of guitar making I just didn't know about really. And so I really, really enjoyed that visit, and we'll have lots of footage in the Radioshop Reviews coming up as Richard will go through bending the sides, he'll go through bracing and sort of bracing patterns and bracing techniques and what their effect is on tone, and lots of other aspects, and also we'll hear some of the guitars. I couldn't believe the sort of quality of the guitars that Richard is making. Now, we're not sponsored by Richard Meyrick Guitars. The only connection we have really is that Paul Dunn went up there about a year ago and actually made a guitar on one of his courses. And there's some pictures of that on the screen now. It's a small parlor guitar, gorgeous guitar, and anybody can do a course with Richard. Right? You don't have to have prior knowledge of woodworking or guitar making. And it takes a long time because this guitar takes a long time to make. But something that is this good is obviously worth waiting and going through the process. So it's absolutely amazing. And Richard's guitars, the thing that struck me was that the quality he's putting together is obviously way higher than the sort of even the higher end mass producers of acoustic guitars. And I can't believe that his guitars are only £2,000 really, or around £2,000. They should be £3,000-4,000 really. I just couldn't understand it. So, check him out, guys. Go have a look on his website, because to me, his guitars are underpriced at the moment at £2,000 because the absolute quality that's in them is incredible. So I really enjoyed that visit, and I hope you can enjoy the footage that's going to be coming soon. Now, the next item in the Radioshop Review this week is Ben Marshall Productions. Now, Ben is somebody who bought a set of pickups from us, and then he sent us links to his channel, and his channel is absolutely awesome. If you get a chance to go over, it's Ben Marshall Productions. And what Ben is a local musician who actually features lots of different artists in a sort of natural environment, and it's called the Pinup Sessions, the things that he films. But he also got the Crispback pickups, and he just wanted to show them off and do a little demo video for us. So we're hugely appreciative, and I think you'll agree that the tones that Ben got from the pickup set are absolutely stunning. So check it out.
So today we are having a look at my brand new set of pickups from Radioshop Pickups. Oh mate,
I'll do it.
glue to the face.
There we go.
Okay, we're all rolling.
So a huge thanks to Ben for sending in that footage, and there's some links below over to Ben's channel, so be sure to get over there and check that out. Moving on to some sort of players setup tips. Okay, I've got this picture actually which was given to me by my daughter, who's just started really getting into playing the guitar and strumming, and she was kind of like, I haven't got a capo. And I said, oh, don't worry, we'll go and get a capo. And then she sent me this picture that a friend had sent her. So this picture is from Amy in Barry, which is a friend of my daughter's. And it's a really, I think, really innovative. I haven't seen this before. Really, really good way around like a homemade capo. Now I showed this to Paul Dunn, and he said, oh yeah, we used to do that in the olden days. And he said you can also do it with a pen as well, which kind of bends with the shape of the fingerboard. But I just thought that was absolutely brilliant from Amy, that, you know, we haven't got a capo, but we're going to try something. So she thinks she's got like sort of hair bands around a pencil. Brilliant. I just couldn't believe it. I loved that picture. And I laughed as well, but I just thought it was really, really sort of inventive. Now we've got another tip from Florian in Germany. If you've seen our video on Strat pickup height setting, then you'll be familiar with that process. And Florian sent me this tip by video, and he just said, look, I've got a bit of a twist on it. You can use a micrometer. It just takes the headache out of using the ruler and sort of all the sort of eyeball in it, and you can't quite see it and everything like that. And he's got a really, really good way of using a micrometer. Just the very bottom bit, and they're quite easy to pick up. They're not that expensive, okay? And you can use it to sort of do the pickup height. So I'll just pass you over to Florian really, because I think he actually explains it better than me.
Hi, I just wanted to share a little trick with you that makes setting the correct pickup height a lot of faster and easier, at least for me. Instead of a ruler, I use this thing. I start by measuring the thickness of the string. Okay. And then I add the millimeters of the desired pickup height. The thickness of the string, or the diameter of the string, is about 1 millimeter. And now I add 2.2 millimeters to it. Fix it. This little thing on the other side is now 2.2 millimeters plus the diameter of the string. So with one hand I can pull down the string and check if it's the correct pickup height. It's very easy because you can see if the string gets bent down a bit. So this pickup needs to be adjusted. You can now easily tweak the pickup height by turning the screw and check it very, very fast. So that's it.
So a huge thank you to Florian for sending in that footage, which I just think is a really neat way around using the ruler basically. So what he's doing there is using our height setting guide of 2.2 millimeters on the bass side, 2 millimeters on the treble side, and he's adding the diameter of the string and then just using the bottom of the micrometer to actually just see if he's pushing the string down or not. And it's a really, really good way. I might start doing it myself. So Dankeschön, Florian. Now, to close the show, now I hope you enjoy these shows. Obviously, if you do, please hit subscribe. Then we'd absolutely, hugely appreciate it if you could do that. Now we're going to close the show with somebody who's very familiar to us here at the Radioshop workshop, and that's Suzy Syrett in Glasgow. She's an excellent guitarist and she loves our stuff, and she wanted to make a video for us. So she's probably going to, at the beginning of this video, going to go through what a lot of us feel after we see Chris Buck play. So thank you, Suzy, for sending that in, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Got my Radioshop pickups. They're amazing. Still can't play like Chris Buck. Oh well. You go with what you got, huh?
Thank you.